Are you tired of gathering resources for 10 minutes just to die from the Hunllef? Well, rest assured, after watching this video, you will never ever die from the Hunllef ever again. Let's get after it. Hey, what is going on, everybody? This is Zerbers from Old School RuneScape, and welcome to the best Gauntlet and the last Gauntlet video you will ever watch. Alrighty, we're going to jump straight into this. So I'm going to show you some requirements and recommendations. I'm going to show you the boss room layout. I'm going to show you what resources you should be getting. I'm going to show you some of the boss mechanics, and then I'll show you an example kill, so that way you can get out and start killing the Hunllef yourself. Alrighty, so first and foremost for this, you're gonna have to complete the quest Song of the Elves and all the requirements that quest entails. But besides that, what I recommend is at least 85 range and 85 magic, along with around 70 to 75 prayer, just so that way you can get the times down on killing the Hunllef. You can do more DPS and so on and so forth. Alrighty, and before we jump into anything, I'm going to tell you some plugins that you need to download. The first one is Hunllef Helper. It's going to have a dude who sounds like King Crandor telling you what to pray against, at what times, whether it's going to be magic or range. Super beneficial for maximizing efficiency. Definitely download that one. Alrighty, and the next plugin and the final plugin that you need is just called the Gauntlet. This one I love more than anything because it really maximizes your efficiency when you're inside the Gauntlet room gathering resources. Because if you look on that mini map, it tells you what resources are in what rooms, and it also tells you which demi boss is in what rooms. Super beneficial for maximizing your efficiency. Alrighty, now I'm going to break down the resource area for you. So if you look on this mini map, you're always going to spawn in a random spot, but the tiles that I have highlighted, or I should say the rooms that I have highlighted, these are really important because these are the only rooms in this whole resource area that the demi bosses, whether it's the dragon, the dark beast, or the bear, is going to spawn. And the importance of that is what's going to make it to where you get your perfect weapon or your perfected weapon. The dragon gives you the staff, the dark beast gives you the bow, and the bear gives you the halberd. Personally, I like going with the staff and the bow, but to each their own. That's just what always works for me. And a quick shout out to the resources can be in any single room. It's not specific to if you're gonna have fish in this room always, or if you're gonna have, the bark in this room, it's always random. But the demigods are always in those three rooms on the perimeters, but it is randomized, but it's only those three rooms on the each side. So now that you understand the layout of the resource area and how it works, I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to maximize your efficiency on getting tier 2 armor and tier 3 weapons. So first and foremost, you're going to need 470 crystal shards. You're going to need 7 of the ore, 7 bark, and 7 linum, along with 1 grim root, and then you're going to need the crystallized orb and the crystallized bowstring in order to make those perfected weapons. Now, in order to do this to where you're not bouncing all around the place and being super disorganized, you're going to want to do this in 2 waves. The first wave, you're going to want to get all of the ore, all of the linum, all of the bark, along with 1 weapon frame so that way you can get a bow. And then from there, you're going to move on to wave 2. You're going to drop everything at the singing bowl, all of that stuff that you got from wave 1, and then you're going to go out and try and get an inventory of fish along with 1 more weapon frame and the crystallized orb and the crystallized bowstring, so that way you can make 2 perfected weapons. And along the way, you're going to be killing both that dragon and the dark beast, and then you're going to be killing the unicorns and the scorpions. So you're just going to gather the crystallized or the crystal shards as you go. So those will kind of just rack up. You don't really necessarily have to worry about stressing about getting those. So now that you're ready to go and fight the Hunllef, let's first break down the Hunllef's fight mechanics. So this first attack that he has, and this is the one he starts off with, is range. It's pretty simple. Just pray range against it, and you might get hit every now and again, but it's fine. And then you see he changed there. Go to magic. And with the magic one, he has a little orb that he shoots. That's that right there, which disables your prayer. It's really easy. Just switch back to magic and you'll be fine. Also, I want to mention The Hunllef switches its attacks every 4 attacks, and then also you'll see above its head that it's praying against something. It'll also switch that for every 6th attack that you attack it. So you just have to be cognizant of that, so that way you're not shooting it with range when it's protecting against range, because then essentially you're doing nothing. Alrighty, and here you can see the Hunllef stands up and slams the ground, and then some tornadoes come out. This can be pretty tricky because you don't want to stand underneath the Hunllef because he'll trample you for 50 damage. You also don't want to stand on those squares, and then you also don't want to get hit by the tornadoes. This is where most of the deaths happen, I'm not going to lie, because you kind of panic and you don't know where to go. But just remember, find yourself some real estate, avoid the tornadoes, and everything will be fine. Alrighty, and that is essentially it for the mechanics of the Hunllef. There's not too many mechanics to it. He only has magic and range, and then he has the tornadoes, and then there's the squares to not stand on. It kind of sounds like a lot. It's kind of not at the same time. It's not too bad. I'll give you guys a example kill right here. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so before you enter in, you always want to put range up, and also you don't want to enter when he's standing right on top of the entrance, because then he's just going to trample you. And there's the tiles, so move away. Just praying against range, not too bad. He hits me, boom, he changes. He does that little kind of spark thing, so now I pray magic. Pretty simple. There's that little orb, put my prayers back on. Too easy. There's his little change. Boom, and there's a tornado. And when he's this health right here, it's only one tornado. It's not too bad. And they actually move quite slow. You can get hits in between. But when you're just learning the boss at first, I wouldn't if I were you, but to each their own. And always make sure that you're hitting him with the style that he's not praying against. You saw I just changed the magic because he put his range prayer up. Here comes some more tornadoes. Now that I brought him down to, I think it's under 66% health, he has 2. And then when he's under 33% health, it's 3 tornadoes. See, I got a hit in between, not bad. The squares changed, so change my path. Too easy. He changed attack styles again. I did my prayers accordingly. And this is essentially it. Just change your prayers when the plugin tells you to, and then make sure you're watching the overhead for him, so that way you're not hitting him with the attack style that he's praying against. And I find it that the bow is more effective on the Hunllef. It's just more accurate, even though the staff hits higher. I just never have accuracy with it, and I mean my mage level isn't low, so don't know what the deal is with that. But some people swear by the staff, so who knows. Now we got him under 33% health, so if he does do any tornadoes, it will be 3 of them. Oh, look at that. So 3 tornadoes. This is where it can get a little hairy. Luckily, though, that square opened up, so now I got a bunch of real estate to move with. It's getting pretty low on health. Should kill him with the bow right here. Okay, one more hit. Boom, too easy. That's an easy kill. It's essentially just that. That's all it is. And then we'll go hit the reward chest. Probably the worst drop you could ever get, but still, that's the kill. Alrighty guys, so that's going to do it for this video. I really hope that this video helped with you on killing the Hunllef. It's not as bad as it seems, but of course when you do the Corrupted Gauntlet, it is a little bit more tough, but essentially it is the same mechanics. As long as you can get that tier 2 armor and 2 tier 3 weapons, you should be in the clear. It's all about just not panicking when those tornadoes come, and not staying on those squares also when you're running from the tornadoes. If you enjoyed this video and it actually ended up helping you out, go ahead and hit the like button. Also, leave a comment to tell everybody if this method worked for you or not. Also, if you wanted to see more guides like this in the future, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and I'll be posting pretty regularly. Also, I wanted to give a big shout out to my good friend Bo for making that sick beat for the intro. He definitely came in clutch for this video. But anyways, guys, that'll do it for this video. I hope you go out there and start smacking down that Hunllef. And until then, thank you all so much for watching the video. I love ya.